Yeah, like he wanted the lyrics go. So.
We good now, baby. We cooking with oil now. The dish. Washington's on the clock. The Commanders.
What's up, everybody? You are on the lines after dark. It's your boy, Coach Booker, in the building. Yeah, I'm with my man, Philando Clark.
What's up, man? What's up, man?
Impact Culture,
All day,
the
all
podcast.
day. Absolutely.
Y'all know what it is, man. Really, man, we just on here this is just kind of a special edition, man. It's the draft going on, man. We in this joint playing a little virtual golf.
It's boys' night out.
Just hanging out, in the studio. Nothing special, man. Anybody want to join us? Just tap in, man. This is just raw and uncut, man. Content, man. Nothing super crazy, right? You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, we got a little bit of
topic content.
I'm saying draft. What can I say? We've had some history.
History.
We're sitting around waiting on the draft, man.
Right.
Some kids that we done touched. You know what I mean?
No diddy.
We done felt some of that stress that they feel when they sit back in the green room. Wait, man, we've been sitting at the crib just like we are now, waiting to hear them names called, man. I know one for sure. Back in 2018.
Oh man, that was crazy.
Jahir Alexander, our very own from Charlotte, North Carolina. But not only is he from Charlotte, North Carolina, man. He from Beatties Ford Saints.
Built for it
tough since he was a little boy. And he made it to the draft, man. What an exciting night it was for not just him, man. Of course, for his family, our boy Earl and Tawanda, personal friends of ours, man.
Right.
But we went down there through it with him, man, on the draft, man.
Absolutely, man.
I didn't really know what the expectations were, that night. I knew he was gonna get drafted high, but he was in the green room, so shoot.
Hey,
that means something, right?
That means something. That means he's about to get a call.
You know what a question is, and I think we covered this some of it.
Okay.
When do you kind of know that kid is special, man? When do you know when that kid is special, bro? Let me unmute your mic. I think your mic. Who's mic?
Nah, good.
Oh, don't do that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, we're good then.
Yeah, we good. Yeah, when do you kind of know, Coach? I mean, we've been coaching guys. You always working guys out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When do you kind of look at that kid and be like, this kid is special, man. This kid might be that dude.
Right. Well, we can't never just sit there and say, oh, he's going to the league.
It's hard.
But he's going far. Commanders just picked Jaden Daniels.
Jay Daniels, was he number 2?
That was number 2. 2 quarterbacks off the board.
2 quarterbacks off the board.
I think this is going to be the guy, though. I think he's more pro ready.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Is he? How big is he?
Let's see. What don't say. I think he's like 6'4"-ish. I think he's the guy.
He's a nice sized kid.
I think he's gonna be the guy.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. When do you know, man?
Man, you know what? With me, I can spot it in training, like when I'm training kids. And there's like one, they got that extra drive, and then their form is easy. You know what I'm saying? Like they get into that athletic position real easy. When chest up, hips down, all that good stuff. Just a pure athlete. But on the field, man, this shit, you can see the kid that's got that IQ, that kid that just gets it right away.
Right.
You can probably pick that up, man, really, and I'll say when they're like 10.
You think so? That early?
I can see it that this kid's got it. Here's the reason why. If he understands the game, he got a higher football IQ than most kids, right?
Right.
He's a leader.
Right.
He's a freak athlete.
Right.
At that level, you never have to tell him things more than once. You know what I'm saying? And he's a natural. You know what I'm saying? He just gets it, and he has a work ethic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then he's just when he's heading shoulders over everybody on the field. you already know it. He's that guy.
That work ethic is
The work ethic and the IQ is, to me, is the most important thing. When you got a kid that understands what he's looking at, what you're telling him, and why we're doing this, that takes him further than athletic ability.
right.
But then he got that too.
It's
But
that my nephew
it
always
factor.
referred to it as, yeah, we say the it factor, but these college guys, you know, like my nephew who's a college coach
Right.
for UNC Charlotte, he's the receiver coach at UNC Charlotte. He says it's a twitch when they got
Hips.
that twitch,
Yep.
and I think that I
Hips.
think that's in the hips, right?
Yeah. That's an athlete. That's a sign of an athlete. I
Right.
think that's one of the first things people say when they talk about great athletes. Like they have great hips. And
Yeah.
that's that hips, that twitch is being able to get in and out of breaks rapidly
Yeah.
with velocity and not breaking stride. That's
Yeah.
what they're talking about.
Yeah, man.
That's
They,
that rare shit, bro.
yeah, they talk about that twitch, man. When
Yeah, it's that
them
twitch.
kids, yeah, you just always wonder, man, because sometimes it be the most unexpected kid
Right.
that ends up making it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's that. But you can see it. You know what I'm saying? Like we said, they have a high IQ. They have the work ethic. They have that twitch. You know what I'm saying? And they're leaders.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of I've always wondered, man, because I got a son. I'm hoping.
Nah, man.
Hey.
But you can see no shade, but you can see at age 12, Zion was a different athlete than Justin.
Right. Yeah. No, that's true.
But you know what I'm saying? Like he excelled in basketball,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And he's always been in championship situations. Always played at a high level with high level of competition within his team.
Certainly.
That right there bro. That develops that toughness, that competitive edge, that being able to bond, being able to play on the team, but also being able to put your part in and be a leader.
Hold up. We got my man. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's my man, Hawk.
What's up, fella?
In the building.
Hey, that's that number one recruiter right there.
What's up, man? That's
that guy.
That's that dude, man. He just like seeing kids go to school, man. I see you, Hawk. I be checking you out on your stories. You know what I'm saying? You be posting up your boys.
Oh yeah.
All them boys that you had some influence on, getting them in school. You know what I'm saying? Getting them some good advice on how to get in school.
Right.
At least tapped into some of them coaches to say, "Hey, man, you can come check my boy out."
Oh yeah.
I see you posting them up every day, man. Cause you got so many, so you can just post all day. Just keep posting.
I think random orders. I think I'm gonna go with all start with L today. Let's go ahead and see that.
But now we was talking about me and Philandos was just kind of chopping it up about when do you know? We sitting here watching the NFL draft and we've touched some guys that's made it to the NFL, had good careers so far. But we was wondering, when do you and how do you recognize that kid? Even though he might not make it, when do you kind of look at him and be like, this guy right here is different. He got that twitch. He got that edge.
I would say middle school, but to keep it real, when they in 9-10. Cause I see some dudes do great in middle school, getting bad situations, they fall apart in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
So when you say that, you think when you say bad situation, I mean bad coaching? Not being
But they're wrong school, they're bad coaching high
so
school.
they have the intangibles, everything you're looking for. They just haven't been got it right. Is that what you're saying?
Perfect, yeah. Perfect way to say it.
Yeah. So I've seen a lot of kids like that, and they're being coached purely off their talent. Right?
Yes.
They just a better athlete than everybody else in the field. So they can do shit the wrong way and still be successful. But when that kid runs into those other kids that was him in high school with training and coaching, they're not gonna be able to match up.
Right.
They get frustrated and they burn out. They burn out, so to speak. No, they just quit because they haven't been coached right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then there's guys, they see it, they just don't know how to coach it.
And then on the other side, look at it. You see the kids, Booker seen it. Well, you done seen it too, Philando.
Entitled.
The kids been real good in high school, but ain't been coaching. So when they get to college and get a real good coach,
Right.
man, it's on popping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see
Yeah,
that
man.
Miles Park, Watch Park.
What happened?
I mean,
Miles Park.
on ESPN,
What happened?
they got the Miles Park watch parties for the draft.
Oh,
Myers Park? Wow.
yeah. Go to the draft. Yeah.
Oh.
You go to ESPN.
It's on ESPN.
That's hard right there, man.
That's hard. That's super hard.
That's crazy.
Hold on. The Patriots about
Cause this Drake May right here, I think this might be the pick right here.
Oh, there you go.
No, he got drafted.
Oh, he did. You know how this streaming is. Some of it's off.
Is that Detroit? I mean, Patriots.
Patriots, yep.
Damn, 3 quarterbacks off the board.
It's supposed to be like 4.
3 picks.
What pick is this? Drake May. Drake May to the Patriots.
That's another Charlotte boy.
That's another local.
Yep. His dad was All-American out of Independence.
Miles Park, right?
Yeah.
No, Independence. Parade.
No, he was
All-American.
I'm saying Drake May.
Yeah. Myers Park. I'm saying his dad, Mark May, went to Independence as a parade All-American.
And his brother
played basketball.
For Carolina. Yeah.
And the other brother played baseball for Florida.
Yeah, pedigree. Man.
Wow.
His dad actually got drafted as a pitcher.
That DNA crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, so he was a number one quarterback, number one player in the country as a quarterback in a draft pitcher.
Hey,
coming out of high school.
That DNA crazy.
That's DNA crazy.
Hey man, I'm mad at my dad. Pop, hey Pop.
Nah, you need to be mad at your mom.
No, because my mama was the athlete. Okay. Right? That's my mom. Well,
So
you stupid. I get what you said now. I just called her exactly what you said. Well, yeah, you know. Hey, if it wasn't for her picking my dad, I wouldn't be here.
There you go.
You know, I love my pops, but my pops wasn't really no sports guy, man. He's just a brainiac, man. Real smart guy.
Well, there you go.
You know, that's where I got that from. So,
right.
He just gave me that. You know, just a little bit.
A little intellect.
Just a little bit. But he ain't playing no sports. But my mom used to get it on. Basketball, softball. She was a baller, track. That's where we get our athleticism from. And then, of course, you know, you get them from your other, you know, your aunts and your uncles and stuff like that.
She had the athletic side.
Yeah, my mom was the athletic one. But, you know, her knees was bad like mine. I love you, Mom. I love you. But my knees.
Bad knees.
But my knees.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about that. My dad, I'm genetic DNA. I'm built just like him.
Your dad was built like that?
Just like him.
Good gracious.
Like, so, yeah, but that's about it.
Hey, man. So look here, man. Let me ask a question right now. Since we vibing, we just talk about the draft. We need to get that going. Talk about the draft, NBA, all that. Listen, man, can a kid get caught up in the wrong system? Like what you had mentioned earlier. Like, let's say we got a kid that goes to a program,
right,
and that program just don't fit this kid's abilities, his skill set, his playmaking ability, his whatever. Why is it so tough here in Mecklenburg County for a kid? Is it fair for a kid to have to stay in that program because his family can't uproot themselves and move from the east side to the west side? But the program that he probably could excel in, that gives him a better opportunity to get a D1 scholarship, a better opportunity, period. Why is it so difficult here? Or I don't know how it is in other states, but why is it so difficult? And it seems they deem these kids as being illegal if they go to another school.
Right.
And so much red tape and politics involved in it. But it's almost unfair to the kid. He's in a bad system. He's a baller, but he can't go nowhere because his family can't move.
Yeah, but okay, so you gotta look at it like this too now. So now you gotta look at the, I guess you could say, the fair competition part of it. Let's say if that was allowed, like my kid is, the best place that's gonna represent him and his skill set is Mallet Creek, right? Let's just say Mallet Creek.
Okay.
And so, and that system, is conducive to a successful college program, right? So they're running. Let's say they're running NC State offense, right? That system, right? So they're gonna have a kids like, damn, I need to get over there because that's where I'm trying to go. So now they're gonna be fucking loaded because they're a successful team. They play a college type offense, right? Which is gonna help them project to the next level. So shit, every kid's gonna do that. That teams will be loaded.
But then on the flip side, Clark, it make people step up the game. Like you want someone to run bad offenses, or bad system. Cause you compete with kids,
right?
You got to step up. You know what I'm saying? That's why I look at it.
I just don't think it's fair for a kid to stay in a program and this kid is a baller.
Right.
And let's just say
because
his family, because of the district, and his family can't uproot themselves and go from the east side to the west side so he can play in a better program. So he stays in this program and he never really meets his full potential because he never gets the coaching. He doesn't get the coaching. He doesn't get the necessary development that he needs to get to that D1 or that D2 level. You know what I mean? So I know the rules are the rules.
There you go.
The rules are the rules. So for instance, if you're in Garinger district,
you should have to play Garinger.
You gotta play at Garinger. Let's just say you come in and you're a 9th grader or 10th grader and you play for Garinger, right? And you a baller, right? And you might be one of the only ballers on the team. I'm not saying no knocking.
I know.
No knock against Garinger, right? But if that kid could get into Mallet Creek, Providence Day, Chambers, somewhere else, that kid will make it. But he never makes it because CMS has this, the
wrong people in the wrong place. See what I'm saying? Like the higher positions, CMS, they don't see the bigger picture.
I don't know.
They don't look at kids like what y'all saying.
Right.
Because they don't, and as well as they should, because being in school is about education. And I'm sure that's how CMS looks at it. They want them to be the best student. They could probably care less about the sports. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, man, I just think some kids can get, because honestly, my kid went to Mallet Creek his freshman year and his sophomore year, and he discovered that Mallet Creek just wasn't going to give him exactly what it is that he needed to get that competitive edge, right? So guess what me and his mom did? And everybody can't do this. Everybody can't do it. We sold our house in Highland Creek and moved somewhere where he could play football, where he felt like he could get more of a competitive edge. He wanted to be in a more competitive atmosphere. He wanted to be in a more competitive environment. So we did that, and it worked. Had he stayed at Mallet Creek, who knows? To be honest, we fought about this whole. I thought the kid should have stayed at Mallet Creek. Let's be real right now. He already where he is right now. But you know where Mallet Creek was and versus Chambers. When my son went to Mallet Creek, came from Mallet Creek to Chambers, they had KC Dog. He was their dude. They had Hollywood. That's where the ball was going. Hollywood.
Yeah.
And KC. Who else was there playing receiver there?
Davis. DJ.
Sean, Armand. Either way, it was some other guys that they was getting the ball to. But if he was staying in Mallet Creek, he would have went in as number one. He come over to he came over to Chambers and he was like the third or fourth option. But it put him in a more competitive atmosphere and it made him have to step his game up, which made him play harder. You know what I'm saying? It made him go harder and it gave him an additional edge, that twitch that he needed. And I don't know, he told me he didn't felt like he was going to get pushed as hard at Mallard Creek.
Let me ask you this then. I'm glad you said that.
No knock on Mallard Creek program because
no, this is a good point. This is actually so let me ask you this. You said that he knew he was stepping into an environment where he was going to have to be more. It was more competitive, right?
Yeah.
So do you think that your practice should be harder than your game?
I think practice is definitely should definitely, without a doubt,
have a super high intensity.
Be way harder than the game.
I agree. Because I think the game should be fun.
Right.
Like we should put the work in and beat each other's ass during the week and then go out here and celebrate on these other cats.
And I think that's
a winning pedigree though.
That is a winning pedigree. And that's a kid that likes to compete. Which goes into which kind of goes into a question that I had. Do kids these days want to compete?
No.
Is it no? Do they have the patience? Do they have the will? Do they have the desire? Do they have that, you know what I'm saying, that Mamba mentality to compete, knowing that there's somebody else on the roster that plays that position, that's trying to be the number one, and y'all kind of close, but they bow out and say, I don't want to compete. Well, I just rather transfer.
There you go. You know what? You know what answers that question for you? The transfer portal. There's your question. There's the answer to your question. Do they want to compete? Absolutely not. Because if they're not the one, they're out of there. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey man,
the competitive part of it is don't. Like kids want to play now. Doesn't matter if they go to a shit program, as long as they're the one, right? But if you can compete at a top-notch program and you're number two, which you can probably be number one at 90% of other colleges if you are number two at Alabama, right? Why not play in that system and learn? And you're going to get your one. You're going to come to the one, right?
Right.
And you've been practicing against a fucking one all week, competing against a one all week. You don't think that's going to elevate your game?
Yeah, it should.
So who learns anything from winning, right? You learn all your lessons in fucking losses. So if you're going against this guy every day and he's constantly kicking your ass, you learning something, right?
But you know, I just don't get it, man. It's just these kids don't want to. They don't believe in the process anymore.
No, everybody want it
they want it right now, and they don't want to go through whatever the process is, man.
Nah,
and sometimes the process comes with a lot of adversity. You know what I'm saying? It comes with a lot of pain. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have those days where you're frustrated. You know, you might look at the depth chart and you number 3. You know what I mean? And they just don't want to go through the process and compete for what it is, man. But
here's the thing about that. If you do that, because they don't think it's possible, right? That's kind of like when you go into your orientation, right? When you get a new job and they tell you, oh, now when you're here for 10 years, you get this. Motherfuckers ain't thinking about being here 10 years from now. Be like, damn, I got to go 10 years to get 3 weeks vacation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but think about one of the guests we had on our show, Ant Gibson. His son went from 8 to 2. Whew. You don't think he learned some shit going from 8 to 2? You don't think he developed a chip on his shoulder going from 8 to 2? When he get to 1, that shit's over.
The one thing I know about that kid, just mentioning him, he came up.
That's what I'm saying.
In a system since he was a kid.
But he
was put in that environment. He understood the assignment and the process.
He's always been in a highly competitive environment.
Speaking of Antrell Gibson and programs that he came through.
Facts.
It's my man, Tony C in the building, man. What's up? What's up, dog?
Hey, man, I've never seen it. You can't outwork it.
Right.
That kid's the work. It's different.
I had to put him in all the kids I train. He's definitely in the top 5 kids with a fucking dog attitude. like that I've trained, and I've been training kids for a long time. He's definitely in that top 5 of kids that I've trained that's gonna give you every fucking ounce of what he's got, and he gonna say yes sir at the end of all that shit.
Yeah.
No complaints. Show me one time and it's done.
Where you come from, Tony?
You got a good father.
Mr. Gibson.
He had that EK on his chest. When I met him, he had that EK on his chest, baby.
Hold on, man. Hold on. We ain't gonna just sit here and act like my man Biz, T Biz with the Biz ain't on this stuff.
There you go.
There you go.
Hey, I tell you what, get the business straight.
Get the business
when you
straight.
get on with the biz, baby, you gonna get the business straight.
Hey,
what up, my dog?
I'm fashionably late. What up?
No, man, it's draft night, man. NBA's going on, man. We just vibing, man. We just vibing, man. Ain't no real lateness about this, man. You seem like you're always on time.
Yes, sir. Let I know.
Hey, so check it out, man. Hey, listen. 3 quarterbacks, first 3 picks.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be the guy? 5 years from now, who we gonna be talking about?
Mate.
5 years from now.
I say Drake May.
I say Daniel.
I say Daniel. I'm with Daniel.
I'm with Daniel. Yeah.
I say whoever goes to the right.
And I hate the Redskins. You know.
Nah, Daniel's that guy, man. He's more pro ready.
The way they protecting the quarterbacks these days, I say Drake May.
Okay.
Patriots ain't like it used to be, bro.
Who has the best offensive line to work? Right now.
That's a good question.
I think Daniel's gonna have the better offensive line.
Yeah, I think I'm saying Redskins got the better line.
The Redskins gonna definitely have a better offensive line.
Man, look at all the people out there.
But you gotta think about this, man. Think about this. When you think about the things they talked about, it was his pocket presence and his awareness and his anticipation, right? Getting the ball out on time. But that was a knock against what's this guy? Williams. He don't throw on scheduled balls. NFL is about being on schedule and on time. That scrambling shit, short careers. Unless you're he's fucking Lamar Jackson or somebody.
Hey man, now that we got Tony, we was talking about earlier, man. Speaking of the NFL draft, man, and we've had some ties to the NFL, some NFL draft guys, kids that got drafted. But when do you kind of look at a kid and you kind of stamp him as a kid that's possibly got that twitch? He got he might be the one. Tony C, TV is whichever one.
I'm gonna go with a junior, senior high.
Hey, let me see that.
Your mic going in and out.
You get.
Well, I can hear you, but then you kind of going in and out.
Yeah, it's going in and out.
Yeah. How about now?
Yeah, I got you right there.
Okay. Yeah, man. I think it's gonna be that senior year.
There you go.
Of high school.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Because I'm telling you. And I talk about this all. I've seen James Pierce. That dude is a professional.
Really?
But you saw James Pierce in 9th grade, though, bro.
Yeah, but I mean junior year. But I'll say the same for I don't know if you guys remember when we were down in Myrtle Beach.
With who? What?
We were down there on 7 and May was down there.
Oh yeah, Drake May.
Oh yeah.
This dude was just close and his eyes going dark to the back of the end zone. I've never seen a high school quarterback that good before. In my opinion.
Giants' pick up Malik Neighbors.
So Neighbors, that's that receiver.
That's a good pick, boy. Look at this.
That's a good pick. But you know what? Another kid, I'm telling you, man, I'm just keep it real with you. The toughest kid that I ever played against, bro, ever coached against, KC, bro, he has proven everything that he's ever been since I met that kid. I met that kid when he was 10, and boy, I used to hate for him to even touch the ball.
You mean Concepcion?
Yeah, KC, man. You remember them videos you posted? It was like, where are they now? Type videos, and we was playing against them over at somewhere. I think we was at West Charlotte.
KC in a football game. But the dude gave me him, man. Because if he get going, he's out of here.
He was a complete headache.
What'd you say? How old was he?
He's the truth.
Booker?
He was 10 when
That's
we
what I
met.
said. You see that shit as early as 10 years old. Some kid that's just fucking different. He's just different. Like you can't even, you don't even know why. He's just fucking different.
But you know what? I'll say this, Coach Clark. His junior year in high school, I saw the way that he catch the ball. That's kind of when I decided.
No, here's what I'm saying, Tony. I know this. Here's what I'm saying. Like, how soon? Like, we obviously know that we're gonna really, really know that at that point, right? What I'm saying, you be like, damn, this kid right here, boy.
Like at that young age.
That young age, when you see him, you be like, this motherfucker right here, boy. If he stay on the right path, this guy right here, he's just like Booker said. I hate to even play against him. That's what I'm talking about. When a kid has that kind of impact on the game at that age, he's different, bro. That's just something different about him.
You know what? Clark, I'll say this. I think we all collectively have seen more at that lower level we have at the top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of gave you that way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because at least we know that dude is on track to maximize the direction.
Right.
So that's why I say it. But we've all seen 8, 9 years like that dude just got it.
Yep, they just have it. That's what I'm saying. You can't even really explain what it is, but like me and Booker were saying, is that work ethic and that football IQ and that dog. Like, when you got that, bro, and them hips,
He definitely got that twitch.
when you got that twitch, it's over.
Hey man,
Now it's just a matter of who guides him with his leadership from that point.
hey, check this out, man. I was looking at that Matt Morrow show yesterday morning, or yesterday, was it? Whatever time it came on yesterday. And they were talking about the coaches, the coaching vacancies.
Mm-hmm.
They was talking about like Butler having a vacancy, then they had North Mac had a vacancy, and I think Mooresville, right? And they're in this big, huge coaching search for the best coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
My question to these guys. So the average amount of coaches on a staff, high school staff, is somewhere close to like 12, maybe 12, 13 coaches.
JV and varsity, about 12.
Like varsity.
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me what is the big coaching search for? Because if you are a quality head coach, and I ain't gonna say, I'm not gonna say it's not any quality head coaches. Your successor should be on that roster.
I agree with that.
Your successor should be amongst those 12 coaches, right? And the advantage to that is if that successor is on that roster, that also helps keep those kids
right
on that roster
nowadays.
Just in case just in case they bring that outside coach in, because once you bring that outside coach in from Virginia who don't know the culture, he don't know the culture, he doesn't know the neighborhood, he don't know the fan base. No. You know what I mean?
But here's the number one thing
but you bring them in, and then next thing you know, boom, kids are gone.
He don't know the players.
He don't know the players. He don't have a relationship.
He don't know the players.
Speak on that, Tony. Either one of y'all, Coach, Biz, whoever, want to speak on that, man. Let's tackle that.
I mean, that's an absolute. You said it all in the nutshell. I know the coach, I know the community. You know, and these big time names from outside the area. That guy should right there on the staff. Right.
So I'll say this to that, Coach Booker. There's situations based off what the need is for the program. Right? So you have some programs that have established culture, and then you have programs that don't have any culture.
Right.
So for instance, if there's a opening at, let's say Huff High School. I mean, it's probably in the best interest of the head coach to adapt the culture that's already in place as opposed to trying to come in and change. because it's a winning program. But if you have a situation like let's say one of the programs successful, they may need somebody to come in from the out and establish that winning culture. Because we're actually making an assumption that there are coaches on multiple staffs who are really good at coaching football.
That's a big assumption. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going with
Because
Tony on that.
I've seen it done like with Glenwood Furby. You know, Vance at the time was now they had a winning coach, and that guy came in and adapted the culture, tweaked it, and shit rolled.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, there's really every program has a culture. There's a winning culture and a losing culture. That's
right.
Or just no culture.
No.
All over the place.
You have a culture. You either have a losing culture.
Yeah, you lose or you win.
That's fair.
That's you know what I'm saying. So it's that's really it. So can he keep that winning culture going? Can he come in and out from the outside and adapt to that? But he's got to come from a winning culture. You can't bring a guy from a losing culture to that, because his ethic ain't gonna be the same. Like there's a standard when you're in a winning culture. There's a standard that's upheld by every player on that team. There's a standard. There is nothing below that, right? You can't measure up to this. You're out of there. But when you have a losing culture, you just keep what you can keep. You're just trying to survive, right?
Hey, Coach Floyd. I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Now, in pro football, you see the assistant coach get moved up a lot of times. But high school and college, majority of the time they hire from an outside. They don't really bring up their assistant coaches to be head coach. Partly what Coach Clark said. Well, no, Coach Tony said we assume that a lot of dudes are great coaches. Sometimes talent make you look way better than what you is.
So here's my standpoint on that. If I'm a head coach, I'm gonna put guys on my staff who aspire to be head coaches.
Thank you for that.
Okay. That makes sense.
If you have no aspiration of being a head coach, then what are we doing here?
Thank you for that.
If you don't want to rise to the pinnacle, what's the point? Like, who wants to go to a job and just be a factory worker?
I'm gonna go against you, Coach. I'm gonna say this. Everybody on the staff has a place. This is just my everybody has a place and everybody serves a purpose. Everybody on the staff aspire to be a head coach. I absolutely have no desire to be a head coach ever. As we talked about it last week, there's a lot of work that goes into being a head coach. So sometimes the desire to be a head coach takes precedence of your need or your desire to actually function and maximize your role. So we got some coordinators, or defensive coordinators, or whatever the position is. They're not focusing on their position. They're focusing on interviewing across town. Doesn't serve the program.
That's double-edged sword of that, because I want guys that want to be that, though. Because what they're going to do is they're going to maximize their role. Like, I'm going to put you as a head coach in that position, so to speak, right? So what comes with coaching? Leadership. What's the first duty of leadership? Delegation, right? I need people that's going to be able to step up if I can't be there, right? If you can't, you got to have a certain skill set. That I want guys that, like I said, I want a guy on my staff, no matter what his position is, that aspires to be at the top position.
I'm saying,
and it's up to me as a head coach who's going to be on my staff.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm agree with Coach Clark on that, because that was my thought process. Is amongst 12 coaches, whether all of them, and I understand what you're saying too as well, Tony. That comes with a huge responsibility, and everyone is not built for it. However, they might be a great position coach. Like they might still be in the infinite stages of learning, but they know I can coach DBs. That this team can benefit from having me on the staff. I ain't ready for all that other stuff. But out of 12 to 13 coaches, bruh, it has to be someone,
On your
2 or
staff.
3 inspiring head coaches that can step in to this head coaching role and be my successor if I decide to resign or whatever, even get fired or whatever. Man, I want them guys. I want those type of leaders on my coaching
Absolutely.
staff. I want them around me. I feel a lot better if I got guys where I can say, shoot, man, any one of these guys right here could be here. I got a bunch of head coaches on my football
There you
team,
go.
on my staff. They
So
can take over at any time.
Here's the key. How do you find a head coach? Because the most important factor to me in head coaching is your ability to manage a staff. Everybody that knows O's, everybody that aspires to be a head coach doesn't have that ability. Or nor do they have the ability, like Coach spoke about, to actually hire and bring in people and lead people and want people and actually work for them.
Who's making those decisions, bro? The AD. Does the AD have the qualifications and the criteria and what it takes to be a head coach? Who's making those decisions?
It's going to be a combination of both.
Because
Like I said, that whether it's a parent, whether it's outside coach, or just the spectator, the one thing that we leave out continuously is that $1,800. We have ideas what should be and how we wanted it. There's $2,800. How much are you getting out of everybody?
Bro,
we're speaking on in Charlotte Mecklenburg in the school system.
Bro, $2,800, $1,800. My mortgage just got paid for 1 month. Who gives a crap? That's so minimal, bro.
No, what I'm saying is the responsibility that comes with that position is going to be tough to find willing to actually do that. Most people have ideas like, yo, I want to be a head coach, so I'm gonna go to one of the smaller schools who may have openings. Then when they get in that position, that's why so much turnover in that position.
Right.
So when you're talking about the ADs, what is the reason behind turnover in head coaching positions in Charlotte? The idea that I just want to be a head coach, and I don't understand what entails on being a head coach. That's what it is.
So you don't think it's a head coach's duty to find his successor, even if he doesn't find his successor, someone that can go to a job opening and be a head coach and be effective and take that winning culture with him?
I think most programs do ask the head coach to recommend somebody.
He should be somebody from his staff.
Well, I mean, there's up to the head coach. I mean, he might not be speaking for the coach.
Well, no, I don't know. The coach is leaving.
But here's what I'm saying: like the AD is not responsible for the whole staff; he's responsible for the head coach. Correct?
Right.
The head coach puts his staff together.
Right. So the head coach starts the interview from that point with the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinators, whatever specialty coaches, position coaches. He's the one that basically decides who he wants around him, on his staff.
So that's what I'm saying. So he should be finding guys. Okay, let's say not 12, at least 3 guys on his staff that can be a head coach.
I agree with that.
You might have 2 or 3.
Yeah, and I think he should have that. He should definitely have that in place because there's always a possibility that anything can happen during his tenure, right? Anything can happen.
Coach Clark. Everybody don't have your mindset, man. Yeah. What you're saying makes sense, but everybody don't think like you think.
Right. What is that? Is a coach? Is that an ego thing?
It plays into it.
I don't know, man. This goes from for me, man. This goes from youth football all the way up, man. For me,
but here's the thing, Coach Booker. Is a good program or good thinking success in the process of building the program?
Well, I would hope so.
I would think so.
Well, the reason why I say that because from what I've witnessed, most of the programs who don't have the success that they could have because there's a swinging door.
Yeah.
And everybody's there's multiple moving parts.
Yeah. I can agree with that. Hey,
so what happens, like you said, with the placement, what I've seen is we have 7 guys that want to be a head. So everybody's interviewing every.
Right. Hey, Biz, when you head coach Biz, Did you have guys? How'd you build your staff? Did you have guys on there at any point, if you didn't come to practice, if you couldn't show up to the game, if for whatever reason something happened, did you have some guys around you that you done trained up that can be head coaches?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Haywood was definitely in position to be a head coach. I had Bird on the staff, and that Bird coached by his damn self. Dresser Price was also a guy I could lean on. If I couldn't make practice, I could lean on those guys where they wouldn't do anything different than I wouldn't do in practice. So that's pretty much what it's all about. Even back when me and Kevin King, Kevin King was coached before. I knew if I could make it, he would be there and do everything possible to make the ship run. So that's important, man, to have those guys on your staff that can make sure the boat go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I honestly, I feel like I'm no better than when you see my football team, man. It's about my assistant coaches, man. I can
Sure.
sit there with my chest stuck out here, high. Everybody think it's Booker or Coach Booker or whatever. Nah, man. Nah, bro. It's them guys that's walking with me is the reason why I'm successful. They made me. They call me to meetings where we meeting and studying the game with these guys who are knowledgeable. You know what I mean? Those are the guys that I want around me. I'm not into hiring my homeboy who has minimal knowledge about the game. I'm into hiring the best guys, man. And that's why I was a little shocked when they still didn't have head coaches for these schools. I'm like, well, what about them assistant coaches, man? You go to these high schools, there's 12, 13, 14 different coaches on the sideline, man. What's up? So, the conversation is good. I like that.
Well, I've always, said that there's no head coach on the team. It's just the guy at the top of the paper. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had the same job, was to coach these kids up and make sure that the guys got everything they need. But it was like just the guy at the top of the paper, that's the head coach. The final decisions. But everything we did was like you said, a meeting. We had meetings. We was on the phone all the time. We constantly in the text chat. Like, okay, what's the next move, or what do we going to do for the kids this week, or what? You know what I'm saying? It was all a collective effort. Then we just came and just made the final decision together. Like I said, man, I've always just been a head coach on paper, man. I never felt like I've always gave my guys the green light. If someone's running the defense, I'm not getting into it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm calling the plays, we just feed off of each other. You know what I'm saying? If Bird's coaching the defense, I'm on the other side watching the offense, seeing what the offense do. It's a collective effort, man. That's all it is too. Collective effort. And I think that's where a lot of problem lies. A lot of head coaches get stuck in it's about what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, and not listening to their guys. And that's a big problem nowadays, man. A lot of guys don't listen to their guys. Like, what do you got the guys there for if you're not gonna listen to them?
I agree with you.
Well, you got to put the right people around you. That's
right.
For sure.
Well, I tell you this, Coach Book, about these vacancies. I know you worked in corporate America many years. Just because it's on the website don't mean that job ain't for you.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's kind of like the Rooney Rule, huh?
Yeah. So we can waste a whole lot of time talking about it, but
I'm gonna bring you in just to let for the optics.
And in some situations, depending on the culture of the school, they already have a successor in line waiting on you to come in.
Yeah,
that's true.
So you not performing well and don't look like you finna go deep in the playoffs, and you got the team, you got the successor coming in already.
Yeah, true. Did Coach Ferb get that job?
Where? Wilson.
Yeah.
I heard Ferb got the job at Butler. Coach Ferb.
I don't know if it's official yet, but it's probably like, yeah. I don't know.
They talking real big.
That's the word on the street.
Yeah, he sound like he turned. I think he left that one job.
I'll tell you what. That is true. That'd be a good hire.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd
So
be a
so
good
so
time.
so Tony, Coach Tony C, man, you said you had zero desire to be a head coach, right?
Right.
You so pretty much, man, you one of those guys that a staff need, man. You just ready to rather get in the grass and develop the kids, right?
Right.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I'm feeling that, man, because with
Yeah,
that head position, man, it's a lot that comes with it, man.
a lot with
There's
it,
a
bro.
whole lot come with it.
Whole lot to come with it.
Yeah, whole lot.
Just let me get the grass, man,
Man,
and develop
but you know
these
what,
guys.
Tony? You absolutely, and Booker talked about it. You have to have those guys.
Yes,
Now
sir.
because on any staff, you're gonna have the guys that are aspiring. It's normally the young guys. But you have your
Mhm.
older cats, and I mean, unfortunately, but fortunately, I'm one of the older cats now. So as you have guys that have been around football for years, and those are the guys who kind of push those kids, usher them into, developing into men and helping them actually understand the position they're in and the opportunities who are ahead of them. Sometimes
Mhm.
that's not even about calling a play.
There you go.
That's not even about an install. It's just about that support. But you also have guys that, know the program and know the needs of the community and people around them. So it's just a lot of different people, even down to your strength and conditioning coach. Like some of those guys are essential for a successful program, especially like a strength and condition. That guy might come out there and only do special teams, if that. But he's
Mhm.
one of the major part of the programs, because if you're not lifting,
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna make it to December or
Nope.
November. You won't
Right.
do it.
Absolutely. I agree with that
And that guy
100%.
may have no desire to be a head coach because that's not his lane. You know what I mean? So
No
it's just
doubt,
we all
man, and
coming together to form.
that's a fact, man. And I feel like a lot of these staffs out here need that, man. You need guys that can relate to these young fellas, man. A coach that's not from some of these elements that these young fellas from can't relate to this guy, and they like, oh, he's a problem, or he don't
Mhm.
listen, or
Very
no,
true.
you don't know the kid. You gotta be able to
Right.
relate to these kids. You gotta understand these kids' language, and staffs needs to look into that. And it'll make, I guarantee you, man, that you'll get more out of some of these kids, man, if they had more relatable guys in there than
Absolutely.
the
I
guy
agree with
saying,
that
Hey,
you
100%.
go here,
hey,
you
Tony,
go
you know
here.
what's one of the essential pieces that I've noticed? A coach who actually has kids and
Hmm.
has a kid who has played sports or football. That'll
Facts.
change
Yeah.
your whole perception of how you relate to a kid. I promise you it will.
Oh yeah, that's a
There's a
fact.
lot of factors that come into how you relate to kids too. So you really have to know their home life, because I
There you
don't think just like if you have three kids, you have three different personalities. You parent them
Right.
the same baseline, but they all have different ways you parent them, right? So like a player, if you know his background, you know how to coach that kid, right? Because I saw that coach youth football, right? And don't no knock on single moms, but when you coach a kid that's not used to having authoritative males in their life, when you get in their face, that confrontation is a little different than a kid that's at home with his dad, right? You can talk to him a certain type of way, and he's gonna respond to you a certain type of way, right? So knowing your personnel is, to me, is the number one factor in coaching, because you know how you're gonna get the most out of that kid just based on his home life. A lot of times, I mean, I could be wrong, but it's proven for me.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes that's absolutely right though. But sometimes you got some daddies out here, man, that they just be a little over the top. Hey man, bring my kid here.
A
Bring my
lot of
kid
daddies like
here.
that.
Yeah, it's a lot of dads like that, man. So, I feel like if you get a kid out there that comes from a single parent house home, you might get a little bit more out of that kid. You just gotta get to understand who that kid is.
Right,
That
right,
that kid that comes out there with his dad thinks he knows everything. My kid does this. My kid can do this. Not saying what that kid can do for the team, but my kid can do this, that, third. You know what I'm saying?
How do you put them in check though? The dad. How do you
There's
build that relationship between with the dad to kind of level them off?
You
You
got to
know what I'm
slap people.
saying? Put,
Oh my
What we
goodness.
talking about?
you gotta slap people. Hey, speaking of that, you probably would be pretty good in that little slap
I
tip.
mean, you gotta at least let them know you're willing to slap them.
You gotta slap them.
Nah, man, this just real, just conversation, bro. Conversation.
One
Conversation.
on one, right?
Just let me
Yeah,
coach you.
conversation runs the nation, bro. And if you can have that conversation with a guy, openly, and if you come to him and you have that conversation, and that reaction, that first reaction that you get, that's gonna tell you a whole lot.
Now, Biz, I know the answer to my question, but have you seen knowing a player and parent conversation involvement turn against you?
Yeah. Yes.
That's the slope
not a
right
coach.
there.
There's not a guy that's been coached before that can't say that hasn't happened before.
Yeah.
Come on now.
You got that. You're gonna have that, but because that kid's gonna react to you based on the conversation he hears in the car.
Right.
On the route. Oh, he can't. Well, he can't do this. You know what I'm saying? That kid might not even say nothing, but he hear what his parents are saying. Looking at you sideways. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have that conversation, hey man, listen, I understand that you want the best for your kid. So do I. Can you just let me coach him while he's here? And you know what I'm saying? You guys can do whatever you want when you go past these ropes, but just let me coach him, man. You know.
Yeah.
Hey man, I don't really get caught up in the dad controlling what's going on, bro. This is the system,
right?
This is the culture that we're building. This is the offense. You know what I mean?
But here's the thing, though.
Hey, look. The only thing I want that dad to do is make sure your kid is ready to compete. I'm gonna give him a fair chance.
Right.
Is he? As long as he's geared up to compete. If he don't want to compete, it's gonna be a struggle for him. It's gonna be a struggle for him because I'm gonna put the best guy on the field, man. It's gonna be a competition, man, and we're gonna do it fair. But if he ain't willing to compete, then dad can go on about his business. Right. I don't give a shit. You know what? I'd rather see a competitive dad, man, on the sideline. You know how the referee like to kick the dads off the sideline?
Yeah.
All the dads be behind your bench and shit. I want them to be behind the bench. Shit. I love seeing the dads, bro, because what about if they ain't there?
No.
What about when they ain't there? Man, give me the dad that's on the sideline yelling and shit, man. I was like, yeah, I like that shit. I like the dads being on the sideline with all that rah-rah shit. Because at the end of the day, man, for me, man, I like that, man.
But here's the thing, you can't let them overstep that boundary, though.
And no, I ain't never had no dad overstep the boundary.
I heard the college coach say this about that type of dad, right? That's trying to coach his kid while you coaching. Like he said, when he go watch a kid play, when that kid start facing adversity, the first thing he does is look to see who he looks at when he fucks up. If he look in the stands looking at his dad, he don't want that guy. Because that's going to be a problem. You should be looking at your coach. You know what I'm saying? And that puts he puts that kid in a bad situation because, like, damn, who do I listen to? My pops or my coach? Especially a young kid.
So, right? Coach Booker,
bro,
you got a D1 kid that came from a well-known high school. How would you handle those stands that you were a part of? Because those dads and those parents are a little different. They damn near threaten you out there.
Man, you know what, man? I'm gonna tell you. I don't know if it's just me, man, but I've been pretty good at blocking out the noise, bro.
Okay.
I've been pretty good at blocking out the noise, man. Of course, you get these dads that's just way over the top, man. I've been pretty good with blocking out the noise. I'm saying, I know, shit. I be yelling out of the stand sometimes. I know I have. I know I have yelled to some coaches, high school coaches. Yeah, coaches. I'm sorry, man. I love y'all, and I know it's a tough job for y'all out there, man. But I'm one of those dads that every now and then I might yell some shit out there. And I know y'all think that nobody in the stands knows anything.
Right.
But they do. Some of them do. Some of them do.
Hey, let me ask you this, though. Speaking of being in the stands, we both been there. My son played at Butler. What about when your son messes up?
Then you get in your son. No. That's getting you in your son at the end of the game.
But then the people around
you get quiet.
Man, listen. My son dropped a pass against Mallet Creek. Boy, they was giving him the business. Motherfucker, how you gonna drop that bullshit? Blah, 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 blah. And then my wife looking at me like, you gonna let them say that about your son? I'm like, nigga, catch the ball. They would say nothing. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, them mamas ain't taking that, bro.
The mamas, boy, woo, boy,
Yeah,
not my baby. Oh yeah, that's your baby. If your baby would have caught the ball, we wouldn't be talking.
but they was talking about also on the Matt Morrow show about fans. I think Matt Morrow was talking about they had a referee to walk out the game.
At a soccer game.
Walked
off the field.
He walked off the field. Parents started yelling at him. He walked off the field, got in his car, and bam.
He was the only one there. Game over.
Game over.
Wow. His skin wasn't thick at all, huh? He had thin skin.
Is that how you kind of look at it, Tony? Like you just gotta have thick skin if you're in that situation?
You a referee, bro. You have to read the room.
When you put them stripes on, bro, you
gotta read the room. I mean, we done seen the AAU games where the referees get jumped on.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're in a closed environment for basketball. That's
I'm just gonna go ahead and get out of here so I don't go to jail.
Yeah, that's crossing the line, though. I don't think you can stop parents from yelling shit out the stands, man. That's just gonna happen, man.
That's part of it, man. That's part of it. They're gonna hate you.
You do gotta somewhat have some thick skin to deal with some of that craziness, man. But at the end of the day, man, you gotta be locked in and block out some of that noise too.
Yeah.
No,
right.
You gotta have thick skin to be a head coach, man. At any level, you have to have thick skin.
Yeah.
Skin, bro. Any level, I don't care, because somebody in the stands is gonna have something to say. And if you don't hear it in the stands, guess where you're gonna hear it at? Tomorrow on Sports Center, because they're gonna talk about you. So he's got to be a tough guy, man, to be a head coach.
Oh yeah, every level it get tougher. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all think Little League? I know it's rough out there. Most high schools, like Tony, Booker know too. At Chambers, man, them jokers will go off in a heartbeat.
Chambers game.
Chris, like schools there where I live at.
Chambers game.
If you lose it, man, I've seen people cuss out coaches' wives and stuff like that. That's how bad to get down here where I'm at. These people passionate. They don't hold back, but they will get security escort Rider fans out. Now that's on difference between here and in Mecklenburg County. If you cutting up too bad, you gone.
Yeah, I think when you start crossing the lines, man, with all that belligerent cursing and stuff in the bleachers, I've never yelled, out the stands, cursing and all that. I've never done that. But if it's 3rd and 1, and the game's on the line, and you at the goal line, hold up. Nah, I ain't never done that.
Hey, I was going to say, man, somebody turn Booker mic off.
I ain't never cursed at no coaches from the bleachers.
Boy, I don't set the much now.
Listen now.
We got to say the appropriate thing. Okay.
Boy, listen, I done set beside you now.
Nah, bro. Listen. If it's 4th and 1, 3rd and 1, whatever, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, and the game's on the line, and you got your Tony, y'all can help me out with this, Coach Tony, high school coach.
I'm trying to get some help.
Why? Maybe I'm old school and I haven't evolved enough with the game. Why you snapping the ball
6 yards
back behind the line of scrimmage?
Now, I'm with you on that.
I'm with you on that too, Booker.
I seen some teams lose football games because of that.
Bro, I watched
because of that, man.
I watched Creek lose to West Charlotte.
Yes.
At the ball at the half-yard line, 1st and goal, and got stopped 4 times.
Yep.
Because they were lining 6 yards up behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy? I see the same thing in youth football with the 6U.
Oh, yeah, in youth football too.
Like out of 4 plays, the quarterback drops the ball 3 times. Like, why are we doing
that? Oh, my God.
The ball gonna get snapped over his head.
Bro, go under center, bro.
Man, see, I always said this. It should be a rule in youth football. Until they get to, say, 10 or 11, they have to play under the center.
Nah, they ain't gonna do that.
I don't agree with that. Man.
Man, at least 6, 7, 8, 9.
Because
you learn, bro, Bruh,
Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut y'all. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, only reason why I don't agree with that because I agree with developing the kids. If you can get like when I had Zion snapping shotgun, he was 8 years old. It was reps. These dudes ain't doing that at practice, bro. If you put the work in with the kids, it's repetition. Man, it's gonna be easy, man. But these guys is not. They not practicing that. They just out there running plays.
I'm with
Because
you on that.
9 out of 10, your best guys are coming to practice anyway. Huh?
You don't think that's doing a disservice to a quarterback that you never taught him how to take a snap under center?
No. Every play wasn't shotgun, but I was teaching him that we was under center. But I was teaching him that also.
But if you go to these football games, T, you don't see that. All you see is gun.
Yeah, they're not going under center.
Yeah, they're not going under the center.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're doing a disservice to that quarterback.
But I don't think it should be a
goal line situation.
Let me ask you a question. So kids ain't going under center. Kids ain't going under center. They're not going under center. They're going under center in college football program. NFL, they're still going under center. What the hell you mean? What's going on in high school football?
That's the knock on Caleb Williams. He's played shotgun his whole career.
It's some programs, college programs. I can pull up some now where they're gonna go under center.
But I'm telling you, that's one of the things they were saying about Caleb Williams, that USC all he played with shotgun. He never got under center. That's gonna be a problem when you get to the next level.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say. That's gonna be a problem.
It's still a pro style offense where you go under center.
Why would you get? You're not most of the time in the league, except for that bullshit you saw with the Patriots or in the Super Bowl with Seattle. You getting under center on 4th and 1 or 1st and goal on the 1.
Yeah, man, that's ridiculous.
You're gonna try at least one QB sneak. You got to try it. Then you're gonna have to try a dive, and then if that don't work, okay, maybe you go back.
But shit, if I got a big back like Marshawn Lynch I'm
getting them all 4 times.
All 4 times, Lando. All 4.
Hey, I tell y'all this, man. I don't know if y'all watching this. Y'all see how many quarterbacks came off the board?
Yes.
The first,
actually more than they thought it was gonna be.
Hey, I'm calling it right now. James Pierce is the #1 draft pick next year.
Yes, sir.
Too many quarterbacks came off the board. They got to go.
Yeah,
James Pierce.
Next year they could be like the Tony Wright.
James Pierce from Chambers High School is now one of the top. What is he? Top 10? One of the top 10 players in the nation, bro.
He top 3, bro.
Top 5, top 10. I don't know. He's up there.
He top 3.
KC is on the Heisman watch. He about 37, but on the Heisman watch. But is that not crazy, son?
Oh yeah,
that's awesome.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That's awesome.
37.
Hey, Book. I told Ferg today. I said this time next year at that combine, man, you gonna have 4 guys from Chambers at that combine next year.
That's crazy.
Wow, 1 team, 4 guys.
That's awesome.
Crazy.
That's awesome.
Hey man, y'all gotta make sure. Y'all gotta make sure.
Y'all can't for sure say that.
I talked to James Monday. I told him, me and what's the name, we getting our suits ready. I don't like wearing suits. I'm wearing a suit next year, wherever this draft thing will be.
Hey, these guys making more money in college though, man. Y'all
you know what?
They making more money in college.
Totally, that's right. Now, football money gonna be totally different, bro. They make money, but not like no NFL money. Oh God! No. Sign a bonus? What?
Well, if we talking first round, yeah. But
outside of that,
first round, you can't compare to that. But outside of that, Bizzle might be right. That money is about even.
Yes, sir.
If you ain't
with the endorsements and stuff they get,
you know,
because if you go on later than the 4th round, I mean, you're probably making $300,000. If that,
but that's where they find football players in that round. 4th, 5th, 6th round. That's where them football players are, man.
Right. That's when you know who can draft and can't draft,
bro. For real.
Right, the real player. Whole next just went. Broncos.
Guess what? 6
Cowboys haven't drafted yet.
What they get?
Quarterbacks coming off the board, man.
Cowboys, we need a
Six
long
quarterbacks, ain't it?
Y'all need a long snapper.
nobody
Cowboys
drafted
need a
quarterbacks
long
in the
snapper,
NFL.
man. We got a long snapper
Oh
competition.
man, hey, we ain't talking about the Cowboys tonight. I ain't. Nah, we ain't talking about the Cowboys
I'm
tonight.
okay with that.
No, no.
Chris, who do you like?
Hulk, relax now. Relax
Who you
now.
like?
Oh my God, man, y'all gonna ruin my night talking about the Cowboys. No,
Talk about the Cowboys, dog.
Hey, look, y'all need to draft the owner. That's just you draft because he is
Wait,
fucking
hey,
y'all.
but
Hulk,
Jerry
who
Jones picked me
you
out
like,
so
Hulk?
bad, man. No, I can't think about the Cowboys right now.
Oh, you a
Y'all
Cowboys
need one
fan?
of them head coaches y'all
Oh
was
yeah.
just talking about.
Oh, okay.
You right about that. Yeah. We're gonna be all right though. Hey, look, whatever.
The quarterback position was very weak, man, in the NFL. Like, so I can see a lot of quarterbacks being drafted, man. It's a lot of teams out here that really needs a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
A whole
I
lot
was surprised. The most surprised pick that I seen was Phoenix going to Atlanta
Yeah,
after they
Penix. Yeah, I
paid
think he's going to high.
Cousins all
Yeah,
that money. Yeah.
Which one was
So
that, Ben?
that means
Michael Penix.
Cousins ain't ready to play yet, right? That's what that means
Oh, that
to
might
me,
be it.
because he's not ready to play. Yeah, you don't draft a quarterback at number 5, bro, and you got so many needs that you need to address,
Right.
and you draft a quarterback at number 5, and you just pay the quarterback $100 and something million, bro.
Right.
That man not ready to play yet, bro.
But is this draft week?
That might be for a trade. It might be.
This is a strong draft, Tony. Like, this actually is a strong draft. Like, this, they said that this is one of
It
the
is.
strongest drafts in years. There's like down the line, we're gonna see a lot of superstars in this draft, and I believe so. There's a lot of good guys out there.
Yeah, a lot of good guys ain't got picked up yet.
Yeah, right.
I'm saying Drake May is the next Tom Brady.
No,
Ooh, that's
I
a
think
big
so.
What?
No.
What?
I think so.
not Tom. Tom?
No,
No.
Come on,
No.
man. Don't disrespect stuff
Yeah,
like that.
Come on, man.
So Booker, you mean Tom
No.
Brady?
Tom Brady came from somewhere.
Come
no,
on,
Tom, though?
come on. Thomas?
no.
Thomasina?
No,
No
sir.
way.
Stop
Right.
Oh
playing.
my God.
No way.
There's been six
Right
picks
over.
and 6
Who
quarterbacks.
was the
12
man
picks.
before Brady? Who was the man before Brady?
Man,
Who
and
was
the
that guy?
Patriots?
Yeah.
Drew Bledsoe.
I'm just talking about the
Joe
league.
Montana.
In the league. The NFL.
Oh.
Joe Montana.
Joe
Montana.
Troy Aikman.
Troy
Troy
Aikman.
Aikman. Joe
Yeah.
Montana.
Bad
So
boy.
somebody got to.
So you
Somebody.
think Drake May's the next guy?
I just do. I see. That's
You
the
shouldn't have
upside.
said Brady. You could have said Troy Aikman, though. You could have said Troy Aikman. Not Tom.
Troy Aikman wasn't that good, man. He had a running back.
Troy Aikman.
Yeah, he wasn't.
What'd you say?
Troy Aikman was pretty good. He got 3 Super Bowls, ain't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had a running back in the hellfire offensive line and defense. He wasn't
And a
that good.
receiver.
He was a
Whatever it
game
takes to
manager.
win it. What you think when you win the Super Bowl? What you think they got? I
Game.
mean,
Troy
I
Aikman was
can
a
see
game manager. Hey, I know
Hmm.
football. Y'all want to run down the quarterbacks who played in the Super Bowl and won that wasn't that good?
Hey, look. Here's the
Here we
question.
go.
it don't matter.
I
They
want-
only win the
A lot of
Super Bowl.
quarterbacks.
It don't matter.
Let's talk
It don't
about
matter.
Troy Aikman got that green jacket and he ain't had to pay for
Oh
it.
boy,
He
Right.
ain't had to pay for it.
that gold jacket.
That gold jacket. He ain't had to pay for that gold jacket.
He ain't got to pay
Sure.
for it. And they can
Yeah.
know who he is forever.
Yeah, he earned that. He earned that, dog.
Yeah, boy.
So now we
Hey,
can talk about
was he better than Montana?
No.
no,
No,
That's
I ain't
all
say
I was
that.
saying.
No.
We said who was before Brady. That's all I was saying.
no, it was
Oh.
Montana.
So you saying the
No, Montana.
quarterback hadn't had a good
Yeah,
the
Montana
league
bad,
hadn't
bro.
had
Yeah.
a really good quarterback since Tom Brady. I mean, since Joe Montana after Tom Brady took over. Like, it was no one after Joe Montana. It was Joe Montana then Tom Brady.
No, Troy Aikman in between them.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, that's why I said
was
Troy
talking
Aikman.
in the area of greatness, like great.
Great, like a
Like
great.
go
Great.
great.
Yeah, go great. Is
So you
Montana,
put Drake May in that category. So we just said Joe
I'm saying
Montana,
based
Tom
on
Brady, and you said this guy's gonna be the next one.
in the next I'm gonna give him 5 to 7 years, man. That dude, just if he stays healthy, based on what I've seen and his upside that I've seen, they put him in the right system. I think that kid has the potential to be the next.
Well, that's
So
the key.
here's the question. Here's the
Patriots
question
got to
right
build
here,
around
Booker.
him.
Oh
Out of
shit!
the guys who came out of University of North Carolina, are they good at producing quarterbacks or showcasing their true ability?
No, because Mitch Trubisky was the number one pick
Nah, that was a bad.
That was a bad
bad pick, bro. Like that was a horrible pick. Mitch Trubisky.
I like Drake. I like Drake.
Anytime Mitch Trubisky get in the game, I'm throwing my ticket away. I believe I told Lando that story right there. Mitch Trubisky was a bad pick. What is another North Carolina quarterback to come out? When the last time?
And the African American quarterback emerged as one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game.
No.
That was hard no right there, boy. That was no with an E on it.
Not gonna allow it.
They're not gonna allow it.
That's different what you said, Bizzle. They're not going to allow it.
Yeah. Quarterback in the NFL is.
So y'all don't think Patrick Mahomes great?
He's great.
He close. He getting there.
Yeah,
he's a black quarterback. What? Patrick Mahomes black. I mean, what are we talking about?
He ain't all the way.
They don't claim that. Never mind. You know what? I don't.
He black. He got black daddy. He black.
I don't want to get that.
I don't know. His daddy black as me. He black.
Daddy black. You black.
He said if your daddy black, you black.
Hey, that boy. Hey, that boy nice. 15 nice, bro.
15 nice.
15 nice, bro.
He's the baddest motherfucker out here now. He the baddest.
I mean, he don't want 3 or 4. He don't want what 3?
2, right?
He won 3.
Mahomes won 3.
If he's doing it so soon. Like, is he good or is he lucky?
Is who lucky?
The guy we talking about, Pat.
I think.
You know what? Hey, you can say good, lucky. I say he's prepared. Lucky was opportunity meets preparedness.
There you go.
And that dude is always prepared.
So he's rarely lucky.
Was he that good? Did y'all watch him in college?
He's prepared for
to me, in college, he wasn't the top quarterback in college. I think he fell to the right hands
because most of the guys in NFL,
he wasn't like that, like he is now.
He wasn't like he is now, but he at Texas Tech, he was good in college.
To the right hands with Andy Reid. If Andy Reid wasn't the coach at Kansas City, he probably would only have maybe a couple wins under his belt, and he would be just.
But that's any of them, though, bro. I mean, I say that's anybody.
That's a system.
But that's what I'm saying. Didn't I just say that when we was talking about where 5 years down the line when we judging these quarterbacks, and all you guys picked the guy, and I said whoever go to the right system.
Oh, I hear you. I mean, you're right. No, you got to be in the right system.
Yeah, dropping bombs.
Like Troy, right system. Joe Montana, right system.
Right system, man. System guys. Yeah. You'd be a system guy. But Aaron Rodgers could play, but we ain't gonna consider him a GOAT because he only got one Super Bowl. But he can play. He's won an MVP 2 times, Super Bowl champion.
Well, some people consider him the GOAT, Coach T. Now, some people do consider him the GOAT. Yeah, I don't, but some people do.
Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers?
We talking about prime Aaron Rodgers or like last year?
We talking about we talking about prime
career.
Prime Aaron Rodgers. I'm starting the football team. I'm starting with Aaron Rodgers over everybody.
There you go.
That guy can play, man.
I like Aaron Rodgers. And then he's tough. I like that tough.
One of my all-time favorite quarterbacks is John Elway. He was tough.
Who?
John Elway was tough.
Oh, yeah.
You say Coach T?
John Elway.
Oh, yeah. John is bad, man. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was tough, man.
Yeah.
I would say that Broncos team that won those 2 Super Bowls, they changed the NFL. They were great. They changed it because they came out with that zone blocking. If you think about it, they downsized their offensive line.
Mm-hmm. They won't start using small offensive line. You're right.
And they changed football. Yeah. Because their defenses had to change because that was big on big. Now it's got to be athlete on athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar Jackson or Michael Vick? What's up?
Mike Vick.
What? Why are we asking questions like
That's
that?
not even. Come on, Booker.
Because here's what I'm saying. Why are you going away from that? You gonna throw that? That boy that was an intrusive thought. People. Yeah. What I'm saying is like the way the NFL is
the big win the Super Bowl. The big winners has win a Super Bowl.
No.
Did he make it to the Super Bowl?
It does. So we said back to what we.
No, I'm just asking. I was just asking about Vic.
Man, come on, Vic changed the game, baby. Why do you think Why do you think Jackson plays the way he plays?
Who?
Lamar
Jackson. That's just his style, man.
Where you get that style?
You think he got his style from Vic?
What's up?
He didn't watch Vic growing up, Booker.
He ain't watched Mike Vick.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he was Vic in the backyard. He was Vic in the backyard.
Watch Mike. Right there, Book. Kobe watched Mike. That's like saying Kobe didn't watch Mike.
Man, Kobe interviews like Mike.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kobe watched Mike.
The game of basketball.
Hey, me and Kobe watched Mike, bro.
Mike
Every
is the
night.
only one
Every
ever saying
night.
the game of basketball, and Kobe started saying the game of basketball.
The game of basketball. That's right. Man,
Yeah,
watch
that
Mike
boy,
every night.
that boy was a Jordan clone, boy.
Hey, but listen, man, forget all that. What's up with all this violence, man?
Boy,
What's up with these kids, man? When does it stop? Where does it start? Where does it start for a kid, man? Where do they get this? You got this cute little kid. He's a baby. He's 3. He's 4. He's 5, and he's cute, and he's playing kid games. And when does he get exposed? When does these kids get exposed to this minutia that's going on, man?
That word back.
Hey,
I brought my word back.
It start with us as men. Start with us.
I agree with that.
And the saddest
100%.
part about it is we can take on that responsibility of raising our child right, but we lose ours to somebody else who decided not to be there, not do their job. That's the saddest part about it.
But you know what I heard somebody.
Hey, Tony, that's a reel. I just made that.
Right,
I'm clipping that.
That's beautiful right there. I like that.
You're gonna be on a reel for like a month.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. I heard this guy say hardcore gangster guy. He's like, don't you dare blame my parents for my decisions, because I know my parents raised me right, but I chose to do what I did. So I don't know any of us. We all know all of us that have kids and good fathers. None of us taught our kid to be a gangster.
No.
No one of them told our kids to go out and do this and go do that. We never put that, son, you're going to have to get this pack in this gap, like Tone said. You get the pack in the gap. Ain't none of us put that in our kids' hand.
Right.
So
let's not talk about us.
No. I'm saying, here's what I'm saying. We are very intentional, very involved fathers. Now, whatever decision that kid makes outside of that, I keep blaming us for it. That's what I'm saying.
I agree with that.
Like, there are some other outside influences like internet, and then their peer group. Then there's this general society that puts a lot of pressure on them and makes them make some decisions that we wouldn't necessarily agree with. You know
listen, man. Hey, listen. I 100% agree with that. That's real. When does this shit start, bro? Like, for real.
I say.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this again, man. You got that cute 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old. He goes to kindergarten, first grade.
Yep.
Boom, boom.
Cute little
he goes to the cute little kid, innocent little kid. What in the? Who the hell is paying attention when he gets to whatever age this exposure starts to happen? And how is it happening?
Hey, Booker, Mom.
I want some real answers. Like, we might not have the answers, but when does this shit happen? Because it's plaguing our community, bro. I'm talking about all the communities, bro. It's genocide, bro. And it's really very just I don't get it, man. Somebody help me out. When do they get this exposure? When do they get the gun in their hand and the drugs in their hand and the violence, man? Where does it come from? Who's exposing these kids?
I'm gonna tell you this right here, Booker. The devil don't have an age requirement or a height requirement.
Say it again.
The devil don't have an age or a height requirement.
There you go.
That's true.
I believe.
And the reality of it is, a lot of that is tied to, like you were saying, when is the programming, man. What are these kids being taught to be, and how are they being programmed to be? Like Philando was saying, man, it's what they see and what they hear. So some of the kids, like Philando was saying, they can have a 2-parent household, but it's the music they listen to, it's the commercials they watching, it's the video games they playing. Yeah. And then it goes to a lot of the stuff that we accept, that we let slide, that they like, okay, well, I can get by with this, so I'm gonna try it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So my biggest thing with me, man, with my grandma, God rest her soul, right and wrong rings loud in my head. I'm made up to be a destructive person, but when I get to that point, right and wrong rings loud in my head, man. That's why we got to be intentional about being those people that scream right and wrong. So those kids, when they get to a position where they have to make a critical decision, hopefully they make the right one. So of course, like we said with our kids, they're not gonna make the right decision all the time, but they're gonna make the right decision the majority of the time. The sad part about it is it doesn't take number one wrong decision to be caught up.
Yep.
So we just playing the percentage game, trying to mitigate the risk.
I'm concerned. It's just unsettling that the numbers and the murder rate, man, is just staggering and very crazy, unsettling.
Oh, they getting worse, bro. And I'm glad we all need to be concerned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean, bro, it's bad, bro.
3 days or 3 separate days this month. There was like 3 murders.
Yeah,
on 3 separate days.
But I think we all are mentors, man, and involved with kids because we understand the sentiment that, and a lot of people, and I've seen this, a lot of people think if my house is in order, then I'm just fine.
No,
right.
And that's not good enough. Because
that's not good enough.
My neighbors and the people on my street cutting up, my son got to walk out this house, and I can't be with him everywhere he goes. That's why, man, if we, and it's hard to do, but if we at the store or we at the church or we at the school, man, it's important for us to grab those kids, man, and put something in them every time we get an opportunity to.
Absolutely. And you know what? I think right now the youth football, because that's the reason why I was saying, when does it start, man? What ages? These youth football coaches, we're in front of these kids at 6, calling them the top football players in the country. 6 years old. Can you believe that?
I got a 6-year-old.
I got a 6-year-old, the number 1 player in the country. You'd be like, really?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying the opportunity that we have to try to redirect them. Are we taking advantage of the opportunity to try to redirect and reinforce what's right and what's wrong? Trying to, are we doing that? Are we just having these kids? Because this football crap is year round,
right?
In Charlotte, from what I've seen, it's year round. These coaches have the opportunity to redirect these kids and give them a chance to hope and dream, and not be exposed to being in a game. But like, it's cool to be on the football team, and it's cool to have straight A's. Like, it's
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's cool to be the smartest football player in the school, bro. Like, that's cool to me.
Nowadays, you look at it as a square nowadays. If you are smart, I hate to say it, bro. I hate to say it, but nowadays you looked at as a square ball, bro. If you walking around making good grades and you don't do what everybody else doing, that's a sad world that we living in right now. And like Tony said, it's the internet, it's social media, bro. It's the music these kids listening to. If NBA YoungBoy is constantly posting on his Instagram that he's smoking weed, what you think that boy that's sitting there listening to his music gonna do? He gonna go roll up and want to smoke weed.
That lifestyle is real attractive.
Yeah,
man.
that lifestyle, man. If they favorite person online and they on social media and they got guns tucked, this kid gonna want to go get a gun.
Cool.
It's sad, bro. I read a story today on Instagram, man. It was right here in Charlotte. Kid go to the kids went to I don't know how to say the name.
Palisades.
Okay. The kid come to the bus stop, put the gun in the boy's face over a fucking little girl, bro.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Like, what we doing, bro? He start shooting. The little boy took off, started running. He started shooting. He could have hit anybody, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Booker, ain't nothing we can do to stop that, bro. Like you said, youth football, we got them for 2 hours. Right? We try to instill so much in them in those 2 hours. But after those 2 hours, if you ain't got no communication with that kid outside that football field, then what you gonna do?
But sometimes it can't be football, man. Listen. And I'm gonna say this again. I don't know if everybody wasn't here when I said this before. We took some kids that we knew wasn't gonna win crap in Florida, bro. We knew they wasn't gonna win, but they needed to get out of the situations that they were in, the exposure. They needed to get out of their hoods, bro. They need to be exposed to a different part of the world because they never really had been out of their hoods, bro. We took them down to Florida, and we knew we didn't have a competitive team. We had enough. We was competitive enough to whoop these boys' ass here in Charlotte, which that's not hard. But we took them and we took that moment, bro. We had 20 something kids. Every last one of them went through an interview, one-on-one with the coaching staff. Yep. Me, Philando, Greg, we set them down, man, because we wanted to see we just wanted to talk to them, man. We wanted them to open up. So we took that moment, man. We took that moment to sit down, and it had nothing to do with football. It was all about them, and they told you what was going on in their lives, man. And we redirected some of those kids, bro. Like some of those kids right now, man, are not where they were headed. They was on the wrong path, bro. We redirected them. And I don't think enough coaches are sitting down with these kids, man, and doing those one-on-ones and trying to help redirect those kids, bro. It's not happening. I'm not saying, Tony, what I'm saying to you, Biz, is it's hard to stop it. It's running rampant through our neighborhoods. The violence and the minutia, like I always call it, but it's running rampant, man. It's genocides in our neighborhoods, bro. But when you get that opportunity to put 30 kids in your face at 7U, 8U, 9U, 10U, 11, you can't tell me that you can't redirect some of those kids, man. You can't save them all, man. But man, I'm talking about, are we taking that moment to do that?
So let's think about this though. So, like, I coached high school last year, right? And some of those kids never had that experience in youth football, right? Or ever, right? So think about this. I'm just gonna say this: if you spent 90% of your day in a dark room and 10% of it in the light, you're gonna be more comfortable in the dark.
In the dark room, yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is, when we give them that 2 hours at practice, then they got to go right back to that poison. Mm-hmm. So what's going to have more influence on them? That 10% of the light or the 90% of the dark?
I take my chances.
We got to take. No, we're all going to take our chances. But I'm saying the likelihood is they're more comfortable in that chaos.
Absolutely.
Than they are in a controlled environment, because that's what they're used to. So we can only do so much, and I think a lot of us put so much on ourselves because we want to see kids change. We want the best for these kids, and that's why we do what we do, and that's why we've done it for as long. But deep down, we know we can only save so many kids, because some of them are they're in a bad situation. They leave us, man, and it's sad, bro. And but
I remember going down to Florida with my team, man, and we had like a theater room, and I took the whole team in there. The other coaches was there, but it was just about me talking and these guys was like 8 years old, and they had a theater room in there, and I set them all in there, and I sat in front of them dudes, and I cried, and I told them my life story. You know what I'm saying? How I came up, just like them, playing youth sports. How I came up, just like them, with ambitions of playing for my favorite high school, and how the turns in my life went. I went left instead of going right. I went left, and I sat there, and they got to see me cry as a man. And I sat there, and when I'm telling them my story, and they always like, Coach, man, I hope I don't end up like you. And I just told them, hey, when it's time to go to that road, you either gonna go left or you gonna go right. You just gotta make the right choice. You gotta think that, like, just like what Booker's saying, you just gotta hope and pray that those kids, take that moment. They look up to that coach. They looked up to me, and they just, I haven't heard of one of my kids getting in trouble or anything like that. But some of them are gonna make it, some of them not. But we just hope that that we can keep sending those messages to them and instilling in them that, hey, if you look up to me, man, look, this is what I went through. I was, pretty good athlete. I was, pretty good at this and pretty good at that. But the choices that I made, it brought me thus far. Now I'm coaching little league football when I should have been doing something else.
I think it takes the OGs. I think it takes the OGs. We got to coach the coaches, man. We got to coach. We got to coach. That's why I think I've never. I should have probably been retired and focused a little bit more on my family.
Right.
And I have been, because my family been a part of what I've been doing all my life. My wife and my kids have been a part of what I've been a part of all my life. So, but I don't know, man. It's hard for me to just get out, give up.
Well,
I feel like I'm giving up or something.
Well,
I
here's
feel
the thing,
guilty if
bro.
I walk away from them.
You shouldn't, because here's the thing.
You know,
These generation of coaches now, when they're 20s, right, 20 somethings, they're different than our 20 somethings.
Oh, they're playing by different rules. Bro.
Yeah, but no, it's not even that. It's a respect level. Like, we respect elders. Like, we were a no sir, yes sir, no ma'am, yes sir, ma'am generation. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, like, if it was some lady at the store, like, that's how we was raised. These kids aren't raised like that, so they don't respect authority like we did. So that's why it makes it a little more difficult to, you know what I'm saying, coach up these coaches, because they think, you know, they have this bravado, like they think they know more than you. And like, I forgot more than you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I think we got some good ones though. I think the bad ones just stand out so much more.
Right.
Yeah.
So how do we weed through that?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what? All I know is, God doggone, prison ain't scary no more. Evidently.
So,
These kids has no problems going to prison.
Yeah.
Prison ain't
they
scary.
take a badge of honor, man.
Hey, you got a bunch of guys.
They using they fucking. Go ahead, my bad.
There are a bunch of guys out here, and I always say this, bro. I'm a man, and I'm a man with pride, and I'm gonna say the same for each of you. So we all a bad situation from going to prison.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
But we got a lot of guys out here in our community that make walking the yard the cool thing to talk about.
Right.
Yeah.
We do.
Unfortunately.
Like they lead with, well, you know, I did 12 years. Like, that doesn't impress me, man.
Okay. Man.
2 years don't impress me, bro. You just dumb enough you got caught.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that any one of us could be there, but that's not something I'm gonna lead with. But people do. It's attractive.
Yeah,
to some people.
Yeah. It's definitely street
like
credit.
Badge of honor, like
it's
not.
It's a badge of honor, man.
That's a trophy. That's their trophy. That's their street credit. That's their credit.
Listen, I don't want no first place or participation trophy in that game.
No.
Oh no. I mean,
these guys is catching a body, man.
Hey Booker, these young boys is going to jail using they mug shots, pictures as Facebook and Instagram profile.
Yeah.
You haven't seen that? Y'all seen that?
I haven't seen
it's different. I've seen, bro. Trust me, it's out there. They using they mug shots as profile pictures.
Profile
like,
picture.
It's glorified.
Wow.
Like that's
I've seen mug shots used on the obituary.
Crazy.
That's crazy. That's insane. Yes. Who signed off on that?
I know people who are ashamed to say they went to prison, bro.
Prison ain't scary enough, man. Prison ain't scary enough.
Man. Hey, look, I did prison ministry for 10 years at the prison camp down here. Hey, man, I don't see it, man. You ain't got nothing. I can't do it, bro.
Yeah.
You ain't no Poco Pebbles. You can't watch ESPN. Nothing. Nah, I pass on that, bro.
You say you can't watch ESPN.
You say you can't watch ESPN?
That's not for me.
No.
Hey,
I can't go leave what I want.
At least in my words, I'm missing out on other things. I can't do that.
I'm saying for example. I'm saying for example. Like I had free reign in this prison camp. The murderers. I could like. I got so in good with them. I could like take them out with me and take them out to eat for like 2 hours on a Sunday or Saturday. Man, nah. I pay it. I ain't never attracted prison for me. Nothing. No.
And I think they all think it's cool until that cell slams and you realize.
Oh yeah, reality set in.
Hey Booker, you know what we should do, bro? We should get a coalition and start right here with us 5 guys right here. And man, we can go around in some of these youth football practice, man, and see if we can, talk to the kids and get a.
I'm all with that, bro.
No, we need
30 minutes, bro.
Let's do it.
Go around to every organization, man, and just see if we can chop it up with the kids or chop it up with some of these young coaches. Because a lot of organizations that's been reaching out to me, they was like, man, we just got a bunch of young coaches, man. They just need guidance, bro. But who's to say they're gonna listen to us? But if we take the chance, we can't say we didn't take the chance.
Hey, you know what though?
Let's do it, man.
That's an absolutely great idea, man. But you said the key word was listen, because I can be talking to a kid about we could be talking to 30 kids, 40 kids in front of you. Do you ever notice you can talk to them about football and making it and working hard and having that work ethic and having a great attitude, making the grades, whatever. They don't even be looking at you, bro.
No.
They don't even be looking at you. But guess what? A lot of the times I flip it and I start talking about murders, black on black crime, kids getting murdered. Do you know anybody in your neighborhood that's gotten shot, killed? Every last one of them.
That's crazy though.
Eye contact. So they listening. You just gotta have a conversation. Yeah. And a lot of coaches ain't having a conversation, but they won't. I promise you, bro. I've done it several times intentionally, where we just talking about football and all that, but then they ain't looking up, and you be like, man, look, everybody look up. You gotta keep saying that. Start talking about what's going on in the neighborhoods, bro. And every last one of them face eyes, eye to eye contact.
Now
they're attentive.
That's crazy that it takes that though.
It's crazy that they listen. But great idea. We need to do. We do need to go around to some of these different practices and have these conversations. First, we need to have them with them coaches, and they ain't gonna look you eye to eye because some of them are the ones that's recruiting some of these kids to be in these gangs and carry these guns, and they make it seem like it's cool, you know.
1 foot in, 1 foot out.
So some of them, and I've recognized several of them. Well, I don't say nothing, man. They're gonna do what they do, but you're right. A message got to be sent, man. We got to say, look, listen, man.
Wow, I'm with it, bro.
Right.
Man, they call us old, man. They call us old on the gridiron. They say the old coaches don't want to have no fun. They we don't let them. We don't like when they have fun and all this. And man, we just retired and we just old and grumpy.
Yeah.
It starts with you guys, man. You guys gotta save this city. Y'all in the first line to save this city.
That's right.
That's true.
But I don't want to see. I don't care nothing about what you think you can do. I beat any one of these old coaches. I don't care nothing about that. I don't care nothing about you thinking you can beat me. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing developing your kid? That's the question that I had asked. Then actually,
I tell you what, man.
Because I know more coaches' names than kids' names, and that's ridiculous. Back in the day when Dean first started that gridiron, you knew who kids were. We knew who the top kids were in the area. We knew what organization had the top kids. We knew when TCE played Betty's Ford. We knew TCE played EK. We knew who the top kids were. We don't know now, but we know these coaches that be on there woofing. We know that.
Not the players.
Right. We don't know the players. I want to know the players because I need to know who to look out for coming out of the city. Saying.
Well, listen, man. It's been great, man. It's been great talking to you. Great minds, man. We're going to do this thing again, man. We're going to keep doing it until we get the message out. I appreciate y'all guys joining us on the lines after dark. We're going to be here every Thursday night between 8 and 8:30. Just listen, please continue to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook. If you got a show, I want to do this to one of the viewers. If you got a show that you want to, if you want to come on our show, if you have something, an interesting topic that you want to talk about, if you got a story that you want to tell, if you know someone that story that needs to be told, reach out to us at OnDaLines@gmail.com. And if it fits within the culture and the character of what we're building here on the lines, man, we'll bring you on, man. We'll do a show for you, man. And we'll get you the exposure that you need. We'll get your story here, man. I appreciate it, man. And we've been on here for a while, man. And I appreciate all the knowledge, man. and everything, all the knowledge, man. And the guys that's on here, man. We'll see you next week.
Salute, bro.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
My fellas.
Already.